Dave Snyder here. It is the 5th of April, 2013, and this is a overlay that I did quite a while ago. It's you can see how far it is up on my list. Actually, it doesn't look like it's that far up, but that's a lot of overlays in between right there in that little spot right there. So, anyways, this is up in the Pacific, right around the coast of North America, right here. And let me just tell you this too: the borders. I didn't do this with the borders. I didn't turn the borders on until just I don't know. I did this overlay months ago, and I just did the borders probably a few weeks ago. I turned the borders on to see that it lined up that well with the borders like this. See, I didn't even know it lined up that good with the borders. But then today's weather. Hold on a second. Today's weather. Turn this off for a second, or just turn it down. Today's weather on the Earth was pretty interesting, I thought, because I live over here in California, and the weather, you know, on the West Coast hasn't been like this for a while. So I thought I'd bring up a few of the impacts craters that I put in over in this area, and I've tried a few up that were down lower on the list, and you know, but then this is the one that I've always go back to. This Alaska Pacific one, I call it. It doesn't really hit center in Alaska. It centers right in here, right there, actually, right here in this spot. I was looking at it, and with the weather, like this, fading the weather in and out, like this. And now let me just tell you, I haven't moved this crater. This crater is still in the same spot it was when I put it down here months ago. I mean, months. It's probably been 5-6 months I put this in place. Okay, so and I haven't moved the picture at all. So this is the live streaming weather on the Earth at this very moment. And check it out. Let's just go over here, and I'll start over here. And I'll show you what confirmed it for me, just what made me get up and off my butt and make the video. Now take a look how that fits there, first of all. Okay, you see this area in the middle right here, this little spot right here. You can see on the Earth, or on the moon right there, you can see that spot on the moon right here. See this spot right here? And then you can see this curve that comes up and around like this. See that line? There is definitely a line there that goes around like that, and you can see the weather fit right in there pretty much. Then I was looking down here. You can see this line follow the edge pretty well. Fits in there pretty good if you ask me. And then it goes all the way around pretty much. I mean, then you come up here to the center. The center is what confirmed it. Look at this. Watch this. This is weather right now on the Earth. You see this spot in the clouds? Right where that clearing is, the circular shape. Now let me just fade out the picture behind it of the moon. See that? See that circle right there? This was already in place. I haven't moved the weather. I can't move, and the picture has not moved. Okay, the picture has not moved. Now look at this. Right, let me fade out the weather. Check this out. Right in place. Right in place. Right in place. This, you can barely see this little one here too. Might be a little bit off to this. Actually, might be like right here. But that one right there, that's what made me make the video. I was like, damn, that's right in place. See that? Look at it go around this crater up here too. Nice, very nice. Wish I'd show this one a little bit better sometimes. They never show that one. Well, I shouldn't say never. They have a few times. It's been clear a few times before, but look at that. Very nice centering right there. That's very nice. So I have no doubt that hits there at one point in time in Earth's history. You know, you can doubt that if you want, but look at this edge. I mean, look at this edge right here. Watch. Could have just followed that edge. Look at the clouds right here. This weather here. Nice. Very nice indeed. Turn off these conditions. I hate when this thing's turned on. Again, this edge over here. Very nice. The weather is updating as I do this. You see it'll flash off and on, and that's when it updates. So it's live weather. It's the weather right now. Let me turn off the picture again. Just see the weather pattern so you can see what to look for. Look at this weather pattern here. Right? There's a circle in the center. See, and you see the outer edge. That's how this. That's if you look at the moon, people. We're going to go to the moon in just a minute. But if you look, see that there's a center circle from the initial impact, and there's the circle around the outside from the shock wave or something, or the wave that goes out. But the initial circle is in the center. And we'll go to the moon. And I'll show you that right now, if it allows me. Now, when you look at this Mare Oriental, you'll see there's a circle. This is the main impact right here. This right here, and then you see if you back it off, there's it's a big circle. It's a big impact. It's not just this. It's this whole side of the moon, and that's how they all are really. There's one here. That's the center. This is the whole thing. Imbrium. That's the center, and this basically the whole thing. Same with all these centers. Center, see the whole dark area around the outside? That's the whole thing. Depends on how it hits too. It depends on if it hits the ocean or if it hits land. It depends. Depends. I mean, there's different. These are, look, you cannot think that this big dark circle. I mean, you can think it if you want, but you cannot think that this big dark circle was a whole bunch of little impacts that create that big dark circle. That's one big impact with where it hits mountains on the Earth. See these craters? That's from hitting the Earth. That's not from anything in space hitting it. That's from hitting mountains and shit on the Earth. I mean, they don't even give you a very good image of it anyway on Google Moon. It's garbage. But I mean, if these are all on the Earth, you can find out where all these spots are on the Earth. I guarantee it. I'm not lying to you. I've been doing this for 3 years, pretty much every day. I went on vacation once for a couple days, and then another one for a couple days, and I've done it every day since. Every day I've done this. They're all on the Earth. Even the backside, you can see things, but this has been covered a lot. You can see if you turn on the color, the global maps, the colorized terrain. You'll see the red areas are where it's been built up. It's been built up from the impacts that happen in other places. Like this is lower, the lowest elevation. See the dark blue here? That's the lowest elevation. Everything was thrown that direction when it hit the Earth. Look at how do you figure that all these big craters or little craters, whatever you want to call them, they're actually big because the moon's bigger than they say it is. How do you figure they all stayed in the lines right here in this line? How do you figure that? To make that hole deep, you think that something came from that direction and just bombarded the moon in that one spot? No. That's from one impact on the Earth. That is from one impact on the Earth. These ones have been covered up somewhat, but they are the same thing. Same thing. Yep. So check that out yourself. I'm going to end the video there. I don't want to make it really long, so it tends to bore people too much. So here you go. Check that out yourself.